Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for being present. Sending you love, light, healing vibrations. I have a quick message to channel. Pray you're well, pray you're getting grounded, pray for your healing. I pray that you are being kinder to yourself. I pray that you are nurturing yourself. I pray that you are just centering. For any of you who are similar to me, that battle with control issues, that always kind of want to just know rather than trusting in the unknown and having faith in spirit as well as the universe to work things out in your favor for your highest possible good, this message is for you. You're not alone. So I struggle with wanting to, I guess, protect myself because in the past I didn't do it to the best of my ability, and now that I know better, I kind of just always want to be ahead of the game, and it makes me a little uneasy when I can't read certain things, or I can't, pick up on what is being put out. So I have to continuously remind myself, because I get affirmations on the daily, to release control, let spirit lead the way, keep the faith, and that'll be okay. I'm still healing, so I can only imagine other people are too. And if I've been working with my shadow side and it's been a hell of a journey, I can just imagine what's going on for the next person or my neighbor. It's scary to kind of like take a leap of faith and to jump into the unknown, because you don't really know what to expect. You're so used to past conditioning or past traumas or past wounds or past connections and past relationships, dealing with old ways of past people, that subconsciously sometimes we bring it into our present even though that's not our intention. So you just want to remind yourself to breathe in, breathe out. I know it sounds funny, but it actually does work whenever you get too caught up in your head. I'm an overthinker, and I do it. Hi, Rich Rising. I'm an overthinker, and I do it all the time. Sometimes it's hard for me to turn my mind off, to get it to slow down, to get it to stop. So, for me, I try my best to go towards my passions, which is like the water. If I can't get in the water, I like to be near the water. But water helps me get centered. It helps me ground. It helps me remain still, because there's so many things that will kind of trick you into thinking that you're not okay, and in reality you are. Self-doubt, indecision, second-guessing yourself, not trusting in your capabilities, not trusting in the magic within you, As long as you're moving with pure intentions and you want or you desire something, and it's merely for your good as well as its good, as well as the good for the betterment of the planet, you don't have to question whether or not you will receive it, whether or not you will be able to touch it, whether or not you'll be able to obtain it or maintain it. Because as long as you take care of it, it'll work itself out. Rich Rising, you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I struggle with control, and I feel like I'm getting a lot better with it than how I used to be, because I used to be a total control freak, and now I'm getting better with, keeping the faith, walking by faith and not by sight, and just knowing that everything works out for my highest possible good because of my connection to myself, my connection to source, and my connection to the universe. I put out good, I am good, and I will continuously receive that back as long as I keep up my vibrations. So, what else did I need to say? I'm gonna pull like 2 cards to close it out with, a moon card and a starseed card. But give yourself credit. Don't be so hard on yourself. And even if you mess up, as long as you are moving with good intentions, pure intentions, you're keeping your heart light, you're moving freely, things will work itself out. And anything that's for you, because I needed to hear this, so I'm going to repeat it. Anything that's for you, you cannot mess it up. Doesn't matter how long it takes, doesn't matter when it falls into place, it doesn't really matter what you do, as long as you are not intentionally trying to hurt anybody, any place or anything, as well as yourself, it will be okay. Yeah, please keep it kindful, keep the niceness in the chat, you guys. What else did I need to say? I can get moody sometimes. I also have a little bit of a mean streak from time to time, and I know that that's part of my shadow side. And I feel like due to the mistreatment I've dealt with from just childhood up until recently, it kind of comes with the territory. I don't mean to be mean to the people who don't deserve it, but sometimes it does happen. I pray for my healing as well as their healing. I pray that I'm forgiven as well as their forgiveness. So just keep in mind, you know, what you touch will always touch you back, and your impact can be bigger than you think, you know? So lead with love, keep God first, and be free to the best of your ability, whatever that may mean to you, and keep peace in the picture, keep love in the picture always. I feel like with being such a nice person, it's kind of easy to have a side of, you know, wanting to be mean, because sometimes with being so nice and being so kind-hearted, oftentimes people try to take advantage of you because they don't think, you know, they think you're naive, they think you're gullible, they think that you don't know anything, they think that you're dumb, they think that, you know, all you have to offer is your looks, and truth be told, you are more than your appearance, you are more than what you think you are, and you are more than what you know. That's why the journey of the soul, and even the dark night of the soul, it will constantly reveal to us who we actually are. As you live, as you learn, as you love, you continuously shed layers through different trials and tribulations with different obstacles that come your way. So these are my starseed cards. Thank you guys so much. Oh, thank you so much, Manyak. I deal with anxiety and self-doubt, but I've been working on my confidence, and I feel like it's helped me get better with being comfortable on camera, because it's one thing to speak to somebody in person, but being on camera is kind of like another vibe. But you got to continuously work on yourself. You know, there's so many things that will pick at you and try to keep you in low vibrations and try to tear you down. You have to be comfortable in your skin. You have to love who you are. You have to know who you are, and you can't be afraid to show yourself to the world. So that's what I'm doing. It's been working great for me, and I pray that anyone who is in need of positive affirmations, when they come to my channel, they can receive the spiritual insight that they need. I'm going to pull 3 cards from each deck. Most High, I welcome you. Any door that is not of you, I ask that you shut and close. Angels, ancestors of the highest possible good. Thank you so much, Soph. Thank you so much, Ray. Any black magic, hexes, curses, evil eye, return back to sender. I welcome only love and gratitude, and I release that back out into the universe. Angels, ancestors of the highest possible good, I request your assistance as well as your aid to help me channel this message. Please be present. Allow me to pull on the energy of the collective and not myself. Please give me 3 cards for the collective, which you would like the collective to know in regards to releasing control, being moody, and having mean streaks. I'm sending everybody love, light, and healing vibrations. Okay, that's 2 cards. I'm just going to take one more. 12:12 on the clock. One more card, please. One more card, please. Please give me 3 cards. Allow me to pull in the energy of the collective and not my own. 3 cards, please. One more card for the collective. I said one more, they gave me 2, but I'll take it. Just really quick. Thank you for joining, you guys. Okay. I'm gonna start with the first 3 cards that came out for the Starseed. The first one is Free Spirit. Hi, Rich Rising. To be a free spirit is to float without walls, to fly without judgment, and to love without conditions. And what's so crazy is I literally just got that on me. Free spirit. So it's confirmation. For any of you guys who have been trying to steadily remain in your aura, in your energetic field of just allowing yourself to be continuously guided and following the beat of your own drum, continue to keep up the great work. It's suiting you very well. I'm pretty sure you have a glow about yourself, one that you didn't recognize before, one that you probably overlooked. Your glow is much more brighter. You're glowing much more bigger than you could have ever imagined, and things will gravitate towards you naturally because of your essence of releasing control, releasing the thought of needing to have everything under your control. You let love be free, you let love lead the way, and you lead with love, and you keep love in the picture, and you're a magnet to everything that your heart desires because of being a free spirit. Love is freedom. Love is independence. Love is giving the ability for somebody to be able to express themselves without judgment, right? Observation is your second card, you guys. So expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. Observation. And the third card, meditation. So we have to work on meditation. I'm getting better with this every day. Take a moment to connect to source through quiet, reflective meditation. And meditation, it is hard at first, but the better you practice it, the better you'll get at it. If you feel unstable, if you feel ungrounded, if you don't feel centered, if you don't feel peaceful, if you feel sad, if you feel worried, if you feel concerned, if you feel low, step outside, take off your shoes. I literally just did a short. Step outside, take off your shoes, go step in the grass, right? Hug a tree. It sounds weird, but it actually helps. You can even sit in grass. You know, even sitting next to a tree can raise your vibrations because nature has been here longer than us. It's seen quite more than we have. And for it to last all these years, it's because its roots run deep. You know, even if you chop a tree down, the roots are always going to be there because a tree will forever be a tree. And it carries energy. As you hug a tree, you release the unwanted energy that no longer serves you, and you receive the healing vibrations that you need because nature itself is healing. So continue to work with the elements, which is natural. Yeah, I'm a tree hugger. Yeah, talk to Jesus, talk to God, talk to source, talk to spirit, talk to nature. There's so many things that you can do to get grounded. It actually goes hand in hand with meditation, prayer. When you pray, you're asking for something, right? And when you meditate, you're receiving the information. You are receiving the wisdom and the insight that you need. Oh, thank you, Soph. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining. Sending you love, light, and healing vibrations. Okay, let's see what the Moonology has to say for the collective. Ooh, good card. Work through your fears. So whatever you're afraid of. And for me, what I used to be afraid of, and I'm still working through because it's so crazy because I've been working on envisioning, creating a healthy, romantic connection, and it's happened. It's a matter of I have to still do my healing work and work through my shadow side. That way I continuously show up and I embrace it to the best of my ability and not treat it like something from the past, because I know it isn't. I prayed for this, I wished for this, I desired for this, I've been thinking about this, daydreaming about this, I've been writing it down, manifesting. You know, when you envision something, it's pulling it into your reality. If you can touch it, if you can taste it, if you can feel it, like we have senses for a reason. When you use these things, you are actually attracting what it is your heart desires. So, one of my biggest fears used to be love. Being loved in the correct manner, in a unconditional, pure, patient, non-judgmental, love-conquering way in which it's stated in the Bible. Like, the same love that I am, the same love that I give out, that's the same love that I am now receiving. And I used to be so afraid of it because I think I didn't feel worthy. And I didn't feel worthy due to mistreatment of the past. I've dealt with mistreatment from early childhood age up into my age of 29. I've gotten better with boundaries because in the past I used to be so naive. I thought that I was supposed to prove my worth to people. I thought that I was supposed to show people how good of a person and how good of a friend I was. And the whole time, you know, I'm taking from myself. I'm not pouring into myself. So in order to properly receive love in a pure way, you have to give it to yourself. It starts with you, right? So I had to understand I have to pour into myself, then I can pour into the rest of the world, and then I can pour into somebody else. But I have to make sure I'm nourished first, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. If you keep pouring into other people, places, and things, you are going to constantly take from your essence, from your divinity, from your life force, from your lifespan, from your magic, and you're never going to be at 100 because you keep giving your love away. And there's nothing wrong with sharing. When you understand that you have so much, you are supposed to share. But you have to make sure you're nurturing yourself, you're healing yourself, you're taking care of yourself. So I used to be afraid of unconditional love. I used to be fearful of patient love. I used to be fearful of the love in the Bible, love never failing, love conquering all, you know, love always hoping, love always persevering, love protecting, love always trusting, because love is patient, love is kind. I used to be afraid of this until I realized, what is there to be afraid of when I was created in this image? I am love, and I deserve to receive the same thing that I am, if not more. I deserve to receive everything that God has in store for me, and I pray the same for you. Oh, thank you, Soph. And I know that sometimes family, the relationships, because of them being so close to our heart, and because of it being family, and because of the loyalty that we have and we want to give, and by default, you know, it can take a toll on our mind, body, spirits, and soul. But I just want to remind you to take care of your mind, body, and soul, Soph. Make sure you are taking time out for yourself. If you're getting overwhelmed, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling low vibrational, go somewhere. If you can't be around these people, you have to remove yourself. If not forever, for a little bit. That way you can regroup, because sometimes it is hard to heal around people who have traumatized us. Sometimes it is hard to heal in the same environment that we received trauma from, abuse from, whether it was mental, emotionally, spiritually, physically, or energetically, because everything carries energy. So just make sure you are checking in on yourself. For you to even be aware that there's a negative impact, you know certain things do not suit you. They're not serving you. It does not make you feel good. And you want to remove yourself. It's not easy, but you do have to put yourself first, because you do not want to allow your loyalty to make you a slave to any person, place, or thing. My last recent heartbreak, it was with a guy that I just knew, but I kept trying to make excuses. I just knew he was not for me, based off of his actions, based off of how he was treating me, and I still kept giving until I decided, okay, this is not going anywhere. I feel sad. And before I started dealing with him, I was okay. I wouldn't say I was perfectly fine, but I was a lot better than how he was, trying to make me feel. You have to choose yourself. Stop choosing people over you. Just because it's your mother, just because it's your father, just because it's a brother, a sister, a cousin, an aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, friend, romantic interest, if they are not treating you right, and you know when somebody is treating you right, if they are not treating you right, you need to distance yourself. Because although goodbyes kind of hurt us and we don't like them, we don't like to hear them, we don't like the words, sometimes it's not a bad goodbye. Sometimes there's a reason why good is before the bye. It's a blessing for somebody to walk away from you, because would you much rather be crying all your life or cry now? That way you can heal, have a chance to heal, and allow this person to release themselves as well as you release them, and you open yourself up not just for healing but to receive something better. I've dealt with mistreatments from family members, and it's simply because of being different. It's simply because of being stronger. It's simply because of having a different outlook, a different perspective. And although I can take it, I don't have to. So I had to put up my boundaries of, yes, I love you, but I'm not going to allow my love for you or my loyalty to you to make me a slave to how you want to live your life. You have every right to live your life how you want to live your life. But if your life is not serving my highest possible good, guess what? I have a right to distance myself. I have a right to cut ties if I get instructed, guided in order to do so. Because if something is not energizing you, if it's not bringing joy, if it's not adding to your peace and your happiness and your emotional stability, more than likely it's draining you. More than likely it's making you uncomfortable. More than likely it can potentially make you sick. And it starts in one area, which could be spiritually. It can tie into your emotional health. It can tie into your mental health. It can tie into your physical health. It can tie into your whatever you touch energetically, because energy transfers. Do not take on somebody else's behavior patterns, somebody else's karma, somebody else's ways of living. Everybody has free will. You have a right to choose how you're going to show up in life, and you have a right to protect yourself, and you have a right to distance yourself. Don't allow anybody to guilt trip you. Don't allow anybody to make you feel bad for choosing yourself. If you don't choose yourself, who will? If you don't love yourself, who's going to love you? Thank you guys. Love and light. Yeah, just because it's family. I've before my dad passed, and I don't feel great about this, but there was 2 instances I had to distance myself from him. One time it was for 4 months, another time it was for 9 months, and it was just because I had to start protecting myself, because even though he was my father and he protected me to the best of his ability, he couldn't protect me from himself. You get what I'm saying? That means whatever he welcomed into his life, the person he was dealing with, however they were trying to make him feel, it started to spill over into my life, and I didn't like the way that that was making me feel. And even though that was my father, I never did anything maliciously or intentionally to hurt anybody, but I had to start protecting myself. I've done it with my mother. I've done it with some siblings. I've done it. You have a right to protect yourself. It doesn't matter who it is. Just because somebody brought you into the world, it doesn't mean that you can't receive hurt from them. It doesn't mean you can't receive pain from them. When you are a baby and you are in your mother's womb, you feel everything that she feels. So when you come out, it's going to be no different. The only difference is you are now a little bit apart because she is physically intact and you're physically intact, and you guys are no longer physically together, but you still feel stuff. Feelings never go away. We have certain senses for a reason. The sense of smell, the sense of hearing, the sense of seeing, the sense of tasting, the sense of just knowing. Use these things to your advantage so you can continuously protect yourself to the best of your ability. I do not want my alarm to go off. This up really quick. Oh, I really love that. Okay, where am I? Yeah, that goes for anyone though, because I've realized with some people, they, you know, they'll tell you don't allow anybody to disrespect you. They can tell you don't allow anyone to mistreat you. That standard applies to everyone, right? It doesn't just exclude the person who told you to watch out for these things, because even though you get warnings or you get warned from whoever this person, place, or thing is, if they start doing it, you have to still keep up your boundaries. It doesn't matter. Mistreatment doesn't discriminate. And even if somebody isn't intentionally or subconsciously aware of what they're doing, you know, it doesn't mean that it can't happen or that it won't happen. But keep everyone in your prayers. Send them love, light, healing vibration, because we're all working through something. It's nothing to feel bad about, nothing to feel ashamed about. If anything, it's empowering, you know? I'm pretty sure back in our days, not our days, our days is a lot different compared to our parents' days. Back in our parents' days, it wasn't the norm to seek help for mental health because they were taught to just work and push through their issues and to shut up. Even if you think about guys, they don't express themselves in the same manner that women express themselves because they get taught not to love, they get taught not to care, they get taught, you know, just to work, to take everything on the chin, to have no feelings. But they fall in love, their hearts gets broken, you know, they feel bad sometimes, they feel good sometimes, they feel up and down sometimes, just like any regular normal person would. So trials and tribulations, they do not discriminate for any gender, for any age, or for any race. We are all here to learn something. Oh, I gotta figure out how do you block people? Oh, bye. Had to go ahead and hide that person because he was very disrespectful. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know what your name is. God bless you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so Work Through Your Fears was the first card. Second card, a fiery climax approaches. Third card, a new start is coming. Fourth card, you're very close to achieving your goals, which means all you have to do is keep up the hard work and you will soon see what you've been working for. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was just supposed to be a quick video. When I post this live, thank you so much. Sometimes I feel like being nappy, sometimes I feel like being free, but I actually touched up on some curls today. So when I post this live, you can go back and restart the video, but I basically touched on thank you. I touched up on releasing control because I suffer from control freak. I've gotten a lot better dealing with mood swings and just owning the shadow side of, you know, having a mean streak for being so kind-hearted sometimes, and understanding where it stems from. Like, I feel like it's a natural nature to want to be a little bit mean here and there, but I don't want to be mean to anybody who doesn't deserve it. And if it does happen, again, I pray for their healing. I pray for my healing. I pray to get better, to not to do that to certain people, because some people are just as sweet as me, and if not sweet as me, they're sweeter than me. And we're all healing. We're all at different points in our healing journey. Rich Rising Joe, and yeah, mean streak, moodiness, and then I touched up on some other things that I had seen in the chat. But free spirit, you guys, continue to embrace that. Use observation when you continue on your path and your journey, and meditation will help you along the way. Thank you for tuning in.